Hello everybody, Twig the Deer here.
And Nezumi.
After the release of Mrwf, which came out 8 months ago as I'm recording this game has popped off with new characters being introduced over time. Me and Twig noticed something.
We noticed the game is lacking in variety with the vanguards and supports. Then you may ask yourselves, Ultra came out approximately 2 months ago and he's a support. Is it not enough? Sure, if that's what you prefer. But me and Nezumi are looking to spice things up a bit. It's not a secret that something the game is lacking was some spark. So we decided to make this series called Marvel Rivals. What if? A series not only inspired by YouTuber Mrwf, but it's also dedicated to you. Yes, you, the viewers. Your suggestions matter, and while your favorite heroes and villains might not be added, we can come together as a community to bring your ideas to life. If you're interested, stay tuned to the end of the video to find out how you can be a part of this.
With that being said, us and our friends came together one day during school to make a list of characters we wanted in the game. After spinning the wheel, it's been decided who would be our first character. The winner would be Mrwf and Devil Dinosaur.
So with that out of the way, let's get started with the movesets.
Mrwf and Devil Dinosaur will be supports. So how would they work in game, you might ask? Well, for starters, Mrwf's primary attack will allow you to switch between the OMG, also known as the original Mrwf gadget, and Casey's backup plan, starting between 5 different gloves. Mrwf's OMG is their primary for her team, similar to Idiati from Overwatch 2. Mrwf can heal her allies by using a charge beam. If enemies are in front of her, they'll take damage over time, but it also allows her charge meter to build up similar to Emma Frost. The more damage MG deals with her primary, the bigger the beam gets, letting her do more healing for her team and more damage to the opponents. The primary has a 20 laser ammo.
Whenever MG wants to do more damage, she can swap out to her other primary attack that is similar to Punisher whenever he switches between shotgun or rifle. When MG switches to her second primary, her beam meter will be switched with a meter like Spider-Man's web clusters. MG has access to 5 gloves, with an icon of each one letting you know which glove is going to be used. Up first, number 1, Pow Glove. It has basic range and mid damage. Number 2, Smoke Glove, similar to Punisher's Smoke Grenade, but instead Mrwf heals her allies, and if enemies are caught in it, they will be poisoned, dealing take damage. This lasts for 3 seconds if her ally is caught in it, or if the enemy is caught in it. Number 3, Electric Glove. It has long range and high damage, but it also stuns enemies for 3 seconds. Number 4, XL Glove. A bigger glove that has a shorter range, but insane damage results if it lands. This move does 150 damage, while the Pow Glove only does 75. And lastly, number 5, Gotcha Glove, a somewhat short-range move similar to Spider-Man's Spider Chaser move, allowing MG's glove to pull her enemies toward her. Unless they are that close to her, she can pull them off the map. Enemies that are grabbed cannot use their moves. If the enemy team helps whoever's been grabbed by killing MG, they'll be dropped. The enemies will also be dropped whenever they reach the end of MG's glove limit, so when they're right in front of her, they'll be dropped. Whenever MG switches to her gloves and she has full charge on her healing primary, the healing charge will go away after 12 seconds of not using the healing primary, or if 2 gloves have been shot. Also, her gloves automatically reload. They cannot reload until the last glove has been shot. And with her primaries finished, let's move on to her abilities.
Ability 1, Terragenesis Egg. Lunella can place 1 egg that will allow her to respawn to that point. The egg has double the HP as Rocket's PRB. Its perk lets it summon Terragenic Mist, and it will poison enemies and give them overtime tick damage, while allies around it can get healed. Basically Cloak and Dagger's ult, but slower, meaning if an ally was running away from a fight, they could wait near the egg to heal. All allies know where the egg is once it's placed, and the egg will get destroyed when Mrwf respawns or when an enemy destroys it. Move has a 50-second cooldown and will be activated if the egg is destroyed or if MG respawns there. Once the egg is placed on the ground, you cannot pick it back up, so be smart with your placement.
Ability 2, Sticky Situation. Lunella throws a device that spins around in the air for 1 minute. It has weak health, so it can't be destroyed, but if it's not destroyed, it will disappear and go back on cooldown. Allies get healed in that area of effect, but enemies would be slowed down similar to Black Widow's ult. This healing is also over time, so the longer you're in it, the better. Sticky Situation has a 10-second cooldown.
Ability 3, Bubble Beam. Lunella can put 3 shields on her allies. The shield is similar to Magneto's, but slightly weaker. The 3 bubbles lift up her allies into the air for 5 seconds, or until broken by the enemies. So if you get pushed off the map, she can give you the bubble and make you float back up. Bubble Beam's cooldown is 8 seconds after the bubbles have all been destroyed.
Ability 4, Whack-A-Wave. Lunella blasts a wave of energy towards her enemies that gets bigger over time until it ends. You shoot it until it's max range, and if it hits no one, it'll disappear. Whoever's caught in the wave will be stunned and damaged over time for 4 seconds. You can think of a Invisible Woman's push move, but it stuns. Whack-A-Wave's cooldown is 6 seconds. And now, on to the passives.
Uh-oh, how unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing and throw a new contender in the ring.
MG's first passive is called Moonburst. After 3 seconds of flying straight forward, she'll put her arm out like Superman, and her movement speed will increase until she holds to a stop.
MG's second passive is called the Multi-Spectrum Moon Scanner, or the MSMS. This only activates when Moon Girl goes below half health, allowing her supports to have boosted healing to their primary as long as they're in the 5-meter circle. After she dies, her passive will be reset. Allies can still heal Lunella whenever her passive pops, to repeat the cycle of boosted healing whenever her HP goes down. The goal is to outdamage her with heroes like Hela, Human Torch, or Punisher. Only Atom, Mantis, and Ultron's healing abilities would change since their primaries don't heal. Ultron's Drone gets boosted, Mantis' Flower gets boosted, and lastly, Atom's Avatar Livestream gets boosted. This gives a plus 15 healing boost to all supports in the circle until MG's health goes above her half health or until she goes down.
And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, Moon Girl's ultimate.
For Moon Girl's ultimate, also known as Prehistoric Rampage, we'll have Lunella shout out and say, "Go get 'em, devil," or "Moon Girl magic," if she ults on the enemy team. Once she says either line, she'll whistle and point with a line similar to when Skullgirl's ult appearing, so it can be angled. When popped, the camera POV will change as Devil Dinosaur runs out of a portal with Moon Girl riding on top of him. Once they're done with the ult, she'll fly off Devil and he'll run through another portal. This ult lasts for 20 seconds. So with that being said, let's see what moves this dino has in store for us.
Do you want free chicken nuggets?
Devil's basic primary attack is called Hot Dog Hunger, letting him bite down the enemies. This leads to his first ability called Dino Charge. Lunella will point forward with a fun quick animation and Devil will charge towards the enemy and stomp once it's done. You can compare the stomp to the thing's slam radius, but Devil's is a lot bigger. The only downside to this move is Devil's slow sharp turning. The move has a 2-second cooldown.
Devil's second ability called Mrwf lets Devil Dinosaur roar loudly for all to hear. This lasts for 5 seconds and enemies in front of this roar will take devastating damage. This move has a 3-second cooldown. Devil's third ability is called Cretaceous Swipe, letting Devil quickly turn around and lash his tail at opponents. Enemies hit will be knocked back and stunned. This move has a 3-second cooldown.
And lastly, Power Up Phoenix. Devil will get an aura around himself as an indicator that will pop up and telling enemies to back it up. And in case they don't, Devil waves his head around from side to side, unleashing a wave of fire onto the ground, and enemies caught in it will take extreme tick damage over time. This move has a 5-second cooldown.
Moving on to Devil's ult, Snack Time. Similar to Monster Hulk, an animation will play and Devil Dinosaur will bite down onto the enemy, then toss him up into the air, catching the opponent in his mouth, then spitting him out once he's done. Devil has 2,200 HP, but that gets boosted to 2,225 if Mr. Fantastic is on his team.
As for melees, MG has her vibranium daggers and DD has a different bite animation. This brings us to our gimmicks.
Our first gimmick happens when Monster Hulk ults and Devil Dinosaur is out on the battlefield. His grabbing animation will have him grab Devil by his tail, slamming him left and right, similar to what he did to Loki. But Lunella is forced off Devil, so she'll hover in the air until the animation is done, meaning the enemies can shoot her down if they're paying attention.
Our second gimmick is when Loki copies Lunella's ult. He doesn't get Devil Dinosaur, but he receives a bigger version of Alligator Loki. But the abilities do remain the same. The only thing is, for the fire, it's lightning effect. This brings us to our second to last section, so let's move on to the team-ups.
Lunella's first team-up is called Something Strange. This is with Doctor Strange. This gives Doctor Strange a plus 15 damage boost, and Lunella will earn an extra move. Once it's been activated, an animation will play of her drinking this potion, and she'll proceed to fall from the sky onto the ground. Once she hits the ground, she'll become a giant that can only punch and stomp. All her previous moves aren't available until she's either dead or until the move's done. This cooldown is 60 seconds, and once it's done, she'll shrink back down and continue to fly again.
Lunella's second team-up is with her rival, Mr. Fantastic. This move is called Fantastic Fudge. This gives Lunella 25 HP added to hers and Devil's health. If Lunella is on Mr. Fantastic's team, he's allowed to throw the device at any enemy, and it will stun them for 6 seconds. This cooldown lasts for 12.
For MG's final team-up, it's with the wife of her rival, aka Invisible Woman. This team-up is called Forceful Hand. If Lunella is on Invisible Woman's team, she can use a Forceful Hand that allows her to pull allies towards her. Basically Life Weaver if you really want to be specific. This gives Invisible Woman plus 10 overshield. The cooldown lasts for 15 seconds, and this brings us to our final section, Cosmetics and Extras.
As for cosmetics, we've thought of comics, games, and TV to find costumes that will look good. We thought of 4 different skins. Casey's stealth suit. This is an actual suit used from the animated TV show. This gives MG a purple and yellow sequins jumpsuit, and Dee Dee a green dress, pink bow, and pom-poms. I believe if Dee Dee was able to get a stealth suit just like MG, Casey would dress him up to make him feel pretty. Mystic Mayhem. Mystic Mayhem is a new mobile game made by NetEase, the same company that made Marvel Rivals. After finding the game and seeing the way they were designed, we decided to make it a good skin. Halloween Night. Halloween Night is something I came up with that would look cute. This skin gives MG a Dee Dee onesie and gives Dee Dee MG's top, backpack, and her helmet. Earth 17885. This skin is from both the comics and the TV show. However, the outfit from MG is from the TV show. This is an alternate universe version of MG and Dee Dee that are their evil versions of themselves. I just want to say all the little things I added to my version of Moon Girl. Honestly, not sure why, but she's a little menace. First thing I want to comment on is how I've decided to draw the Terrigenous egg. The original egg used for the reference was honestly kinda ugly, so I made it pretty. The egg now looks like the night sky with the stars and the moon on the center. The next thing is a different look for the bubble and wave ability. Both the guns have different looks based on what she's using. I gave the bubble gun a little bit of bubblegum texture to symbolize what ability she's using, and the wave gun, well, the waves. Lastly, I want to talk about the beef between Moon Girl and Mr. Fantastic. After a certain animatic, I started to sort of torture Reed. It is canon that they both have a rivalry, but I kind of went overboard with it. If you watch the animatics as they go on, you'll see what I put that man through and how traumatized he ends up at the end.
We've made a trailer for this, but it hasn't gotten the attention we needed. So, we'll restate some stuff here. Doing this project has been fun, but it also took a very long time since we only had one artist, which was Nezumi.
Being able to draw through this has been very fun, and I've been able to find my style through it, but it's still difficult nonetheless, so we're looking for some help for future videos.
We have a Discord server for anyone willing to help us, as well as a Patreon to help pay for our artists, as we are still teenagers and don't have the means to pay on our own. Mind you, this series will end at episode 10 if we are unable to gain the traction we need for it.
We appreciate any help for this series, and if you're interested, we have a Discord and Patreon link in the description if you can go check them out.
To wrap this up, if you have any characters you'd like to see in this series, let us know down in the comments below. Make sure to spread the word for anyone who you might think is interested. All the stuff will be linked down in the description, and while you're down there, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us out. But until then, this has been Twig the Deer
And Nezumi.
and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out!